Who will lead the state of Georgia for the next 4 years? Live reports from Nathan Deal and Jason Carter's election night headquarters. Republicans nationwide are hoping Senate candidate David Perdue can end that race with an outright victory tonight. How Albany State students rallied tonight and why they say it's even more important than usual for voters to cast ballots at the ASU precinct this election. It's fair time in Albany. We'll take you to the Exchange Club Fairgrounds for opening night.
Now, in high definition, live, local, late breaking, this is WALB News 10 at 11.
Despite talk of changing demographics and a stronger Democratic Party, results tonight show Georgia is still very much a red state.
We are following the big races for U.S. Senate and governor from Atlanta tonight. And the big headline, there will not be runoffs in either of those major races.
Republican David Perdue has won the U.S. Senate race, beating out Democrat Michelle Nunn. The Libertarian isn't making a strong enough showing to send this race into a runoff. And Georgia's a key battleground in the fight for control of the Senate.
Governor Nathan Deal is also celebrating an outright win tonight. He will not have to face Democrat Jason Deal again in a runoff.
WALB News 10's Wright Gasaway kicks off our live team coverage at Governor Nathan Deal's party at the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the College Football Hall of Fame is starting to get interesting. Folks are starting to gather around, waiting to hear word from Nathan Deal. As Ben Atera said, he has been declared the winner. Still no official announcement from his camp. We are expecting him to make an appearance here at about 11:05 on stage. Although they've made a point throughout the campaign that they wanted to win this race outright and not have to go to a runoff in December. Jason Carter obviously ran on the campaign focusing on education. Nathan Deal said that was something he's always focused on in his last 4 years and will continue to focus on in his next 4 years in office. We will come back here as Nathan Deal comes out at about 11:05 live in Atlanta. I'm Wright Gasaway, WALB News 10. Sounds like Nathan Deal is coming out right about now. They just called that race on Fox News. They just called that news on Fox News. Up here you can see the crowd here reacting. Like I said, Nathan Deal is expected to come out at about 11:05, so we're still a couple minutes away from that. As you can see, the initial reaction is that of excitement. Republican congressmen have been on stage all night stating the importance of Georgia in both the Senate and the governor's race. They say that Doug Collins told me the Governor Deal's history should help him win, and obviously it did, guys.
Yeah, we'll get back and hear from Governor Deal when he comes out and officially declares victory. Democrat Jason Carter's headquarters is also in downtown Atlanta. Probably not so festive there right now. WALB News 10's Colter Anstad has a live update for us.
The tough news for Carter supporters across the state, as Jason Carter has just been declared the loser here. Governor Nathan Deal has been declared the winner. Now, that is not to say, though, that the party has really diminished at all. This ballroom is still packed here. The music has died down, though. Everyone now is listening to the Senate race here behind me on the big screen. Still no sign of Carter yet, though. We're expecting him to come out anytime soon to make that concession speech. But, again, he has been declared the loser here. Governor Nathan Deal will, at least it seems, remain governor here in the state of Georgia.
Congressman Sanford Bishop wins his 12th term in Congress tonight. He faced a challenge from former Lee County School Board member Greg Duke. Here are the latest numbers, 59% for the incumbent. Bishop joined supporters at the Hilton Garden Inn in downtown Albany tonight. He showed up about 9 o'clock. Republican Greg Duke watched the returns with supporters at Grand Island Country Club. Duke, an optician, said he decided to run after hearing God's call at church. Bishop said he's humbled that voters are sending him back to Washington again.
I promise that I will do my best to try to continue to articulate and to represent their interests, their needs, and their concerns.
I wouldn't do anything different. Maybe if I had more time and more money, I would do that a little different if I had it, but no regrets.
Bishop has represented the 2nd Congressional District since 1993 and is re-elected for another 2-year term. The incumbent are in the 1st Congressional District that includes some counties in our eastern area. Republican State Senator Buddy Carter from Pooler is the winner with 61% of the vote right now, defeating Democrat Brian Reese. Carter will replace longtime Representative Jack Kingston, who lost the Republican primary for U.S. Senate.
The incumbent in the 12th district, that includes Coffee County, loses his re-election bid tonight. That district is pretty evenly split between Republicans and Democrats. Democrat John Barrow managed to win several close races, but he loses tonight to Republican Rick Allen. Dawson Mayor Christopher Wright wins a second term by just 39 votes. Wright beat former Mayor Robert Albritton 759 to 720. Wright and his supporters celebrated at the funeral home where he works on Main Street. Wright says he wants everyone, even those who did not vote for him, to work to move Dawson forward. He believes his near-death experience being shot a year ago made him a stronger leader.
It will strengthen each of us together. The people all over America need to see and be involved and be active with people who are strong and not willing to just give up so easily.
His challenger, Robert Albritton, who previously served as mayor for 22 years, did not want to comment on camera tonight, but sends his congratulations and says he will not ask for a recount.
There will be a new mayor in Ashburn. Longtime Mayor Jim Hedges did not run for re-election, and these numbers aren't quite final yet, but it does appear Cedric Carithers will defeat Ashburn City Councilman Arthur Eld. There's one South Georgia sheriff's race on the ballot. Interim Crisp County Sheriff Billy Hancock easily wins a special election to fill the unexpired term of his late boss, former Sheriff Donnie Harrelson. Hancock will now serve 2 more years before the next regularly scheduled election.
It looks like the one candidate from our area to win a statewide race will be the next state school superintendent. The latest numbers show Republican Richard Woods with a large lead over Democrat Valerie Wilson. Woods watched the results come in tonight at his home in Tift County. He's a former teacher and administrator in Irwin County. Woods says he plans to continue helping schools improve.
Really personalizing the education system of our children and not standardizing it, and then looking forward to allowing our teachers to teach.
Woods has raised concerns about new Common Core education standards and Georgia's acceptance of hundreds of millions of dollars in federal Race to the Top grant money.
Again, the major headlines tonight in the U.S. Senate race, the Republican David Perdue wins outright. And in the governor's race, the incumbent Republican Nathan Deal wins a second term in office.
And now let's go to where Governor Nathan Deal is expected to speak right now in Atlanta.
You've just elected the best first lady of this state once again. We've had people all over this state who have helped us, and I just simply want to say thank you for your work, for your financial support, for your encouragement. People have worked long and hard, making phone calls, writing cards, talking to their neighbors, and it has been a groundswell all across this state. And we are truly thankful for everything that you've done for us. Now, I think you know that I have had some very fine people working on my campaign, and I want to thank them. It's hard to begin to single out anybody, but there are several who played major roles as a part of our staff. First of all, of course, Chris Riley, my longtime right-hand man. Tom Willis, a young man who took on the job as campaign manager. Brian Robinson, my spokesperson, who was always there. And Denise Deal, who helped us raise the money necessary to conduct this campaign. I promise you tonight, as I promised you during the election, we will continue to make Georgia the best place in the country for every possible thing you can imagine: jobs, environment, family life, best place to live. We have it all going for us, and we're going to keep it moving in that direction. There are so many young people who have been an important part of our team, and they have worked tirelessly. And you know, we don't pay them very much. We really don't. But they work for the love of it. And I appreciate the fact that they have loved me, and they've loved Sandra, and they've loved all of us. Part of our team, though, that I haven't singled out is certainly the part that makes it most special to me, and that is my family. my children, and of course my wife and my grandchildren. You know, campaigns are hard on families because things are said, ads are run, people make comments, and even though in your own heart you know they're not true, they still hurt. And it takes a tough skin on the part of not only candidates, but of their spouses and of their family members. So please thank my family members for their support.
That is Governor Nathan Deal live in Atlanta declaring victory tonight. He will serve a second term in the governor's mansion, a big night not only for him but for his party. Every Republican up for a statewide office has won again another clean sweep for Republicans tonight in Georgia. Daugherty County Commissioner Ewell Lyle will serve another term for District 4. The incumbent Republican beat Democrat Pat Garner, who teaches at Darton College. Lyle and his family watched the results come in together at a family member's house. Lyle earned 56% of the vote. He says he ran a positive campaign despite having a long campaign period after the primary.
And I've learned a lot, I have to say, during my first 4 years on the commission. But I've completed all my training and been certified and have advanced certification as a county commissioner with the Association of County Commissioners of Georgia. And I'm looking forward to the next 4 years.
Lyle says he's thankful for all his supporters who helped him win re-election. There are few contested General Assembly races in our area. Most of them were decided in the primaries. But in House District 151, incumbent Republican Gerald Green is in a fairly close race with Dawson pastor Ezekiel Hawley. Green with, well, that is a final now, it looks like. Green wins with 55% of the vote.
Albany State University students are taking voting seriously.
Why students say it's important to make their vote count.
Earlier in the newscast, we heard from Governor Nathan Deal, who won a second term, and now Senator Jason Carter, who was running against Deal, is getting ready to speak out in Atlanta now.
Yeah, he's giving his concession speech at his headquarters. Let's listen in.
In this campaign. So thank you to all of you. Y'all, the real people that we need to thank are right here. These guys, Kate and Henry and Thomas, went through a giant amount. They're up past their bedtime even tonight. But they've been wonderful, and it's a remarkable experience for them, and they've been with us every step of the way.
That's Jason Carter conceding defeat in the governor's race, live from Atlanta.
And coming up now is Republican David Perdue, who just beat Democrat Michelle Nunn. We're going to go to him right now.
And we finally want to start working on a bipartisan approach, not a partisan approach, to health care. Georgians want term limits. I heard that over and over in this state. We believe it's time to put citizen legislators up there, people who are from us, among us, and go up there and do our bidding and try to fix the problems of the day and then come home and let somebody else go try to help. That's what we're doing. Bonnie and I never thought about doing this. You know that. Sometimes I wonder. Georgia wants somebody to fight for them, though. I heard that loud and clear in this state. And Bonnie and I are committed to go to Washington and fight for you, and not the special interests and not the insiders in Washington, but you, the Georgians that we love. Thank you.
That is political newcomer David Perdue declaring victory in the U.S. Senate race. He wins outright tonight over Michelle Nunn. No runoff needed.
Now let's go to meteorologist Yolanda Amadeo with the forecast.
Well, throughout the evening, clouds have been on the increase, and it has become mostly cloudy across South Georgia over the past few hours. We'll hold on to the cloud deck overnight. Also, we'll be watching out for patchy fog starting out to the morning. reduced visibility already over in Tifton, so just be mindful if your day starts early. We're currently in the mid to upper 50s. Temperatures will be dropping just a few more degrees, so not nearly as cold as it has been for the past several days. That winter chill is out of here. High pressure is still holding on, but we are getting a southerly flow. That southerly flow will keep us with the tropical air mass, which means we'll have more moisture for the clouds to hang tough. Also, temperatures continuing to warm up. We'll be topping out near 80 the next couple of days. But in the meantime, we'll hold on to our dry conditions until a cold front nears our area. But notice how the showers will gradually just fall apart by the time they reach into South Georgia. So our rain chances have actually decreased. We're down to about 30%, meaning only isolated activity Thursday afternoon. By the time we get into Thursday evening, the bulk of that out of here, and we'll start to clear the skies. But also behind the front, which will be sliding on through overnight, here comes another shot of winter's chill, dropping our temperatures heading into the weekend. We start out in the morning with patchy fog, morning lows low to mid 50s. By lunchtime, still warming up despite all the clouds around, mid 70s. Working our way into the afternoon, highs running well above the average of 73. We'll be near 80 in most areas. And of course, with the clouds in place, temperatures will be slowly dropping throughout the evening. Definitely perfect fair weather, especially if you're heading out to the Exchange Club Fair. Here's a check-in with our 7-day extended forecast. Warmer temperatures on the order following some patchy morning fog. Upper 70s still hold into our Thursday, although we have that slight chance for isolated showers during the afternoon. By the time we wrap up the week, here comes that cooler and drier air. It'll be a bit breezy on Friday. Highs only low 60s. We drop our morning lows on Saturday, upper 30s, so it will be a chilly start to the weekend. Low 60s hold through the weekend. Another front will head our way. Otherwise, only a stray shower or two, and then getting into early next week, still plenty of sunshine with our temperatures holding below average. Looks like we'll continue to have some nice conditions around South Georgia, but we'll check out more news after this break.
11, downtown Albany leaders held their second downtown visioning forum tonight.
People in the community were invited to share what they would like to see downtown and give ideas on how to revitalize the heart of the city. Organizers hope to build on their first forum.
We're going to take the results of our first meeting and we're going to expand on it. We're going to dig into the weeds and get a little deeper with it and really try to start to consolidate the plans and wishes of the community.
A third downtown visioning forum will target college students from Albany State, Darton, and Albany Tech. It hasn't been scheduled yet.
Albany's successful Stubo's group is now hiring for its new restaurant. They're looking for cooks, milkshake makers, and people to work the drive-thru at local Jerry's at the corner of Dawson Road and Meredith Drive. Job hunters submitted applications and interviewed with managers this afternoon.
I mean, I've been trying since last week. I'm applied at different places. So I just hope it comes through.
Somebody that comes in with a good attitude, willing to work and work hard and do whatever it takes to get the job done.
Managers will take more applications at local Jerry's tomorrow from 2 to 4. They plan to open sometime in the next 2 weeks.
Well, the new college football playoff rankings are out. Jake will give us the latest updates.
Plus, our team of the week is celebrating their first region title in 16 years. We'll meet the next in sports.
The Albany State Golden Rams have just 2 days before they tip off their basketball season. They also don't have a head coach. Chris Cameron resigned last week just before his 9th season as the Golden Rams head coach. Albany State has not yet named an interim, though they say they're just waiting on university approval. They expect the interim head coach to be named before Thursday's season opener. ASU will begin a permanent head coaching search in the near future. They plan to make it a thorough process.
It's just like when somebody asks, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. And so you do one step at a time. You sit there and say, okay, what do we need in place? What do we have currently? And what's out there is available. And so we open up the position for others to come and to showcase what they have. And hopefully their talents will blend well with the talents that we have over the years, tradition we have here at Albany State.
ASU takes on Xavier University of Louisiana Thursday in New Orleans. It's been 16 years since Irwin County finished a season as region champions. The Indians decided that was long enough. They're our team of the week. Irwin County clinched the Region 2A title Friday, taking down Atkinson County in Ocilla. It's the Indians' first region championship since 1998. First-year head coach Buddy Nobles calls it a huge accomplishment for the program and the community of Ocilla. He's just proud of how his team has responded this season.
But the great thing I think they've improved on is getting better every week at our offense and defense, because, you know, we did change the offense and did change the defense from what they did the last 3 years. But the kids knew how to work hard. They knew how to get after it. They're a tough brand of kid, and that's what we love.
The Indians will look to improve their seeding in the state playoffs when they travel to Ashburn this week to play Turner County. The second ever college football playoff rankings were released this evening. Still a lot of football left to play, but after a week of upsets and big wins, the rankings about what you'd expect. Let's take a look at the top 6. As it stands now, no change at the top. Mississippi State and Florida State still the top 2 seeds. Auburn still at number 3 after a big win over Ole Miss. Oregon jumps into the top 4. The Ducks are 8-1 with their only loss at Arizona. Alabama and TCU right now knocking on the door of those semifinal spots. The fishing game forecast on Wednesday, it's an early bird special. 3 excellent windows, all before 1 o'clock p.m.
All right, thanks, Jake. The Southwest Georgia Regional Fair is officially underway.
Why, some folks told us they wanted to make sure they attended on night number 1.
The 68th Annual Southwest Georgia Regional Fair opened this evening in Albany.
And this was the line as folks waited for the gates to open. Several people told us they chose the first day to come to the fair, hoping to beat the bigger crowds later in the week.
The rides, the excitement on his face, you know, because he's never, you know, been anywhere else other than the Albany Fair.
I like the fireball, that ride, you know, goes upside down. It's pretty fun.
You have 5 more days to enjoy all that fun. The food, rides, and all the other activities end on Sunday.
I can't wait. I'll definitely make it out there this year for sure. And the weather looks like it'll be great too.
A Willy Burger? You're going to have a Willy Burger?
I don't know about that.
Maybe a funnel cake, right?
Yeah.
Hey, for continuous election coverage, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock for Today in Georgia.
You can also get the latest results on statewide races and dozens of races throughout Southwest Georgia at our website, WALB.com.
And if you haven't downloaded our app, you need to do that. It's got election results. You can also watch our newscast streaming live.
Thanks for watching and have a wonderful night.